Some of my favorite things about Camp Wyoba is the wilderness, the fresh air, the trees, the sound of all the animals making noise in the morning and the evenings. It's just so nice to be up there in the fresh air.
Camp Wyoba is family.
The one thing I like about campfires is that the crazy songs like the Button Song and JJ Kuwe, it's a lot of fun, and with the camp directors it makes it even more fun.
Camp Wyoba is the Spirit of God, strong and true.
Friendships.
Camp Wyoba is hummingbirds flying through the trees.
Probably just having fun with all the other campers. Probably my favorite part about it is being able to meet people from all around the state. There's been people who come from like out of state, from like Nebraska, all these other states, and they all just come together and meet. It's just great getting to know these people in a Christian setting.
Grade school.
One of my favorite things about Camp Wyoba is all the bike rides and hikes that go on.
Coming closer to God.
Camp Wyoba is deer walking by.
And memories.
Camp Wyoba is a 2x4 campaign. You give us $1, it turns into $10. We can do some great stuff at Camp Wyoba with $10. So please give.
All right, Camp Wyoba on Casper Mountain. What does that mean to me? Well, it comes at the busiest time of the year for me as an environmental consultant. But for over 30 years, I've set aside that week in July to be up there, to meet with God, to meet with my staff and cabin leaders, as well as to just meet all the kids that have come up there over the years. It is so uplifting to me to see and hear from kids that have gone to camp many years later and see what they're up to. So that's part of what Camp Wyoba is to me.
Camp Wyoba is kids learning about Jesus and how he's real in their lives and how God loves them.
One of my favorite things about Camp Wyoba is all the great food that we get to eat.
Probably another favorite part of it for me is probably the games that we play all the time. One of my favorite whole-wide camp activities is probably capture the flag.
Another part for me for Camp Wyoba is that Z up the hill as you come from the north. If you come down I-25, which I would, being from Gillette, when you see that Z going up the hill, that means that's the path to God in my mind. I often have thought that Moses met God on the mountain, and I'm going to meet him too. I just got to follow that Z up the hill. And even during the times of the year when it's not camp time, if I see that Z, all those memories of camp come back to me.
Kids can do crafts, they can do music. I did music a couple times. I really enjoyed that. It's just a whole lot of fun all around to just be there and just enjoy people's company.
Hi, my name's Pastor Jeff Lundblad. I am the co-director for Junior Camp, also the camp pastor for Junior Camp at Wyoba, but most importantly, I'm an alum of Wyoba. I grew up going to Wyoba, starting in the mid-'80s and extending up until 1990. And I have to tell you, the thing about Wyoba is that when I look at all of the good things in my life, I can trace them back line by line by line to my time at Wyoba. Attending Wyoba as a high school student, I met counselors who convinced me that going to the University of Sioux Falls was a great place to go. It's where I got my degree in computer information systems, where I met my wife. And that time there led me back to working for it, and later led me to going to seminary and to ultimately becoming a pastor. And now I get to go back every single year as part of my job. I have the best job on earth, but the highlight of my year is that week at camp. We go up there and we encounter God in ways that shake us like a tree in the wind from top to bottom with the power of God's presence. I can't think of a single person I went to camp with as a kid who was still in their 40s not engaged in church. They are all part of an active congregation. It's a beautiful place. Every year, God shows up in amazing ways. I cannot wait for the chance to get to know you at camp. Thanks.